The unknown dangers of social media. I've noticed social media taking over kids' lives. My daughter is constantly on it and it's starting to affect her grades. It's hard to spend one-on-one time with her now too, says Tracy Mahan Pascaro, mother of two teenagers. Social media use is widely recognized as time-consuming and addictive. Mahan Pascaro's example only helps to prove this statement. Without social media, teens would likely be more productive, more efficient, and healthier. However, it is creating a generation of teenagers with little self-confidence and hardly any individuality. Because of these reasons, we should be worried about social media. An argument that parents commonly use against social media is that it takes time away from more positive behaviors and activities of teens. Margaret Kaminsky, author of Scholastic Choice's article Help, I Can't Put My Phone Down, explains. Technology is very addictive and distracting. It has the ability to draw one's attention with from more important tasks, ranging from homework to hanging out with friends. My phone has become a distraction in my daily life. I find it hard to put it down when I need to focus on more important tasks. It is like I have an impulse to check my phone whenever a sound goes off, says Leonard High School senior Cameron Wynn. I feel like I could be more productive if social media wasn't such a big part of my life. When a notification goes off on a phone, it can trigger the brain's fight or flight response. This causes the brain to take its attention away from whatever it was doing and focus on a potential life or death situation. In this case, however, this potential life or death situation would be a smartphone. After a teen reads this alarm or notification, it can take up to 30 minutes to regain focus. Because notifications take one's mind off their task and keep it off even after the phone is put away, it will take time away from performing more beneficial activities and behaviors. Additionally, an argument against social media is that it can lead to privacy concerns, cyberbullying, and harassment. Benjamin Harold, a staff writer for Education Week, expresses his concern over online privacy and the digital market for personal information online. In a study done by Claire Fontaine of the Data and Society Institute in a low-income New York City neighborhood, 28 teenagers and young adults were interviewed. It was found that they had concerns about online security and most shared a sense of vulnerability. A phone by default tracks the movements and location of the user and sends information to companies about where they live, places they frequent, and the grocery stores they use. Consumer tech platforms keep massive dozers on web users to better personalize a marketing strategy that could entice them. This creates a market where personal information is sold to third parties for money, basically negating whatever user privacy was there in the first place. However, according to Paul Weigel, an associate medical director at Hartford Hospital, and Dana Reed, a child and adolescent psychiatrist, cyberbullying is described as the use of electronic communication devices, such as cell phones, computers, to imitate someone in a threatening manner. A study done by Massachusetts Aggression Reduction Center reported that the reason that adolescents bully each other online is that it makes them feel popular, powerful, and funny. My sister was bullied online by some boys in my class, says Wynn. They would commonly make fun of her masculine facial features that make her look like me. She didn't want to go to school for a while because of it. This leads into the final argument against social media use by teens, which is that social media can have a serious effect on teenagers' mental health. A study done by the American Journal of Epistemology concluded that there is a close link between social media and the rising amount of mental health problems. Examples of this include cyberbullying, addictive usage, and evoking jealousy. Social media may cause lowered self-esteem because of how users will compare themselves to others online, leading to signs of depression in adolescence. Even worse, social media may be stopping teens from getting the care that they need, which could prevent them from making the choice of suicide. Adolescents are more likely to use technology and social media to share their distress, suicidal thoughts with others. In most cases, these posts or texts will be reported to an adult. However, there are some cases where teens do not disclose this information to an adult. This is what results in teenagers not getting the help they need. While many parents believe that social media is a hindrance in teens' lives, teenagers will continue to support it. From a teen's perspective, social media is a digital community where they can find a place to belong. But after looking through their arguments for this online paradise, one can find the weaknesses it presents. Many teens feel social media allows them to connect to the online world, meaning friends, family, etc. Teenagers can connect to others who have the same interests as them, share different hobbies or information across the web, allowing further development within their specific hobby or interest. Furthermore, teens can use social media to work on homework and school projects outside of school. However, connecting to the online world can be as dangerous as it is beneficial. Content posts online, such as viral photos, videos, blog posts, and games, may promote self-harm and the use of illegal substances. Teens who are exposed to this content suffer increased chances of engaging in unhealthy activities, including eating disorders, self-harm, aggressive behavior, and perverse sexual practices. Also, teens say social media can help them, especially if they're introverted, make friends. Social media can also offers the ability to strengthen pre-existing friendships. Teenagers mainly use social media to communicate with friends and spend time together, make plans, discuss everyday issues, and gossip. Yet, when friendships are conducted online through text, teens are stripped of the most personal aspects of communication. It is much easier to just send a text without hearing or seeing the effects of it rather than talking to someone face to face. Without learning crucial communication skills as an adolescent, teens will grow up to be adults who are anxious about talking. Teens also argue that social media is a way for them to express themselves freely. Teenagers use social media to express themselves and their creativity and share their creations. They also use social media to keep others updated about occurrences in their lives, such as parties, get-togethers, going out, etc. Teens share more personal data on the internet and social media without fully realizing the risk associated with it. Over 60% of teenage social media profiles are made public across most social media platforms and are easily accessible by anyone with an account, and may influence how the teen is perceived by the others. Potential viewers can include job recruiters, college admission counselors, and other adults. Because of these potential viewers, if a post were to leave a negative impression, it could result in young adults not getting a job, not getting into a preferred college, or getting disciplined. In conclusion, social media takes time away from more positive teen behaviors and activities, supports cyberbullying, and can affect a teen's mental health. With so many negative effects, it is not surprising that parents worry that teenagers are allowing social media to take over their lives. So, teens should cut back on the time they spend on their electronic devices and social media and allow time for developing more healthy relationships with their friends and family. Doing this will create a generation of better equipped adults, socially and mentally.